Hello and welcome to the Scum and Eddie Show, the first instalment with your host, Mr. Eddie.
I'm Mr. Scum Dog. Guan people, Guan.
Wagwan indeed. Now today we're going to be discussing various issues, including the Fallowfield rapist. Fallowfield rapist? Fallowfield rapist. Scum, what's your opinion on the Fallowfield rapist?
My opinion is I've seen that guy before. There's people that have told me, the same thing. And how he's not been caught, is unbelievable. It's just the British justice system, really.
Just to reiterate to the listener, we're talking about the e-fit that was in last week's Reporter.
Yeah, I swear to God, I'm sure he sold me cigs last week at a shop. I'm telling you, I really do.
In fact, I remember him. I'm sure he used to sell weed out of a car a couple of years ago. So the Fallowfield rapist, if you see him, be aware he's a filthy dog.
He's part of my clique, mate, I tell you. But there's another thing as well about Wayne Rooney. Everyone's bantering about Wayne Rooney leaving Manchester United to go to Manchester City, and everyone's calling him, he's unfaithful to United. I mean, at the end of the day, if the guy's not going to be faithful to his pregnant missus, what the fuck is Manchester United to him? Do you know what I mean?
Wait, as well, I was thinking, if he wants to change his life, fair enough and go to Real Madrid, but why the fuck would he change his life and then go to City, man? The guy's looking on a living hell.
Because at the end of the day, the guy's he's a money-hungry cunt, isn't he, really? Let's have it right. And at the end of the day, do you know what I mean? I think Ferguson's got a lot to answer for. I mean, look, Beckham left because he got a boot through at his bleeding head. Tevez left because, well, he never played him. So I think Fergie's got a lot more to answer for than, meets the eye.
I actually think, do you think United are on the way down? Because it certainly doesn't look good. City at the top of the league and the newspaper isn't upside down. What's going on?
Well, hopefully United are on the way down anyway, because all they do is glory seek anyway, do you know what I mean? And the Blues are on the way up, so oi oi!
So anyway, bringing on to the next point, what's better, beer or WKDs? Now, I'm a beer drinker, and I know you're a WKD drinker, so this could be quite balls to the wall.
WKD's alright. Everyone calls me a fanny for drinking WKD, and they do give you terrible heartburn. It's a true thing, man. I mean, at the end of the day, I said you shot before, Ed, and I said, what's it? So you come back with Thai sweet chili and put petrol on the fire of my heart, man. Do you know what I mean? What WKDs do the trick when you're, coming down off, whatever you're on, do you know what I mean?
WKD does give you a certain sweet relief that beer cannot give you, but, yeah, I mean, geez, what an awesome show so far. What do you any comments on the great? Anyway, other things. What's going on in the world? Oh, the leaves are changing. I'm looking out the window. The leaves aren't changing, but I know that they should be. So that's a good point of talk.
Well, I like this season of autumn because the brown leaves in that make me look camouflaged with my ginger hair. Do you know what I mean? So I can duck and dive from the squad all day long. All I have to do is dive in a pile of leaves in the park, and I'm gone scot-free.
Sure. Well, yeah, I unfortunately don't have that. We're saying that I've got brown hair when I was born. I had blonde hair, full head of blonde hair. They called me Blondie. Yeah, but now it's gone brown, and I think there's a lot of listeners out there who had blonde hair, and now that it's got brown hair, and they're just harping on, oh, when I was a kid, I had blonde hair. No one gives a fuck. You got brown hair now. You're part of the Mousy Brown crew, so go suck out. You ain't blonde. You ain't from Finland, so do one. I had to learn that shit, and now you're gonna have to learn it as well. And anyway, yeah, so living as a ginger as well, you're one of the few ginger people that have managed to work up the social scale in Chorlton, man. Where, yeah, exactly. I mean, there is a future, and you've never dyed your hair.
Mate, at the end of the day, I've never... Oh, no, that's a lie, actually. I have dyed my hair in the past when I went through my Slim Shady phase.
I was going to say...
I actually did go through a Slim Shady phase, God, and I did look like a twat. It sort of went white rather than, you know what I mean? I did look like a bleeding spot ruptured after a come-down sash sort of thing, man. Serious, people wanted to pop my head, and not because it was white, because I owed them fucking shitloads of money, man. I swear to God, he wanted to pop that zip, man, if they got hold of me.
So, when did you go through this? Did you use peroxide? I do remember I was in high school when the Slim Shady phenomenon took off, and shit, a lot of people were drawing for the peroxide, but not me. I stayed to my roots. I said I already am blonde, even though I was going through the Mousy Brown era. But you know what I mean? I went through all that hard time. Now I accept the fact that I have brown hair. But I can't believe that you. I remember you in those days. I don't remember you having that. Maybe you went on the run for a couple of years. Maybe, yeah. Do you know what I mean? Do you know what I mean? When you, I was going to say, well, maybe this was when you were in pen the pen for the Beamer boost.
It would have been someone's bitch if that was the case, man. I went through the bleached hair session, man, because it was I didn't even bleach my hair with peroxide. I went on Sea Town Ghetto and used Domestos or something, man. But I've seen pictures of you when you were younger with your little blonde hair, when your mum used to thought, "You're a little golden boy, Edward. There's no cursing in my garden, Edward."
No, which brings us on to another interesting point. Do you think someone with bleached hair in prison would be a target? Because, to be honest, on the surface, it would certainly seem like they would.
Well, I don't know. I've seen a few heads from Norwich and Jeremy Kyle that have said they're in prison with a loop earring and a cross and bleached hair, man, and they've been in and out all their lives, so something's got to give on it, really. Do you know what I mean? On the old C-wing of strange ways, man.
Maybe if you're in a prison with loads of people with peroxided hair, then maybe that's you're treated as one of them.
Yeah,
Do you know what I mean? Do you know what I mean? Maybe there were certain wings for people with blonde hair.
Snout runner.
In fact, that whole Slim Shady video was probably a prison where everyone had fucking. It was like, right, you're gonna film the Slim Shady video. Do you know what I mean?
Brain damage. He was probably the one getting bitched out in bed instead of school. Do you know what I mean? About brain damage when someone tools him up, man. Do you know what I mean?
What happened to all them kids from the Slim Shady video? And everyone had bleached hair. What happened to them? Because I have not seen none of them make it.
Yo, they're all extras on Beverly Hills 90210 or something. I know they're probably over here trying to make it big on the one show or something.
Yeah, what do you think's the most cheesy American name? I'm thinking Brent. Hey, Brent.
I think Clint. Clint. Or like, have you ever heard the names in Neighbours like Boyd?
Skylar.
Skylar. And the way they say it in Neighbours as well. I'm just gonna go and play on the game station.
Go on, Boyd. Oh, Boyd. Yeah.
The only swearing they can do on Neighbours is like, "Oh, wreck off!"
Oh, why don't you just wreck off, you gutless wander?
Go on, boy, just wreck off.
Wreck off, man. Yeah, I mean, where did they get that word? It's like fuck off. But I mean,
it's like as well, Hollyoaks. What the hell has happened to Hollyoaks? What's with all the Irish people in Hollyoaks? Why is it not set in Dublin? Do you know what I mean? It's like they've got some queer bad boy in it with a tash called Bleeding Brendan or something like that. And he's lipsing up boys in a beer cellar.
Yeah, well, Hollyoaks is known for having bad boys that look like gay boys. And
yeah, but this guy is lipsing up boys in the beer cellar and that.
Is that what he did?
Mate, I'm telling you, you should have watched it. It was fucked up, mate. I'm telling you, Hollyoaks always love to jump on some gay shit, but now they've got the next Warren Fox with a tash and a slick back and an Irish accent lipsing up like Steve in the beer cellar.
Right, so they making the bad boy the gay boy and taking that angle.
Well, yeah, pretty much, yeah. It's fucked up shit, man. Hollyoaks used to be all about the tash and that, do you know what I mean? All the birds and that. And now it's just focusing on fucking this Irish guy noncing one of his bar staff in the beer cellar.
I remember the early days when there was the guy that used to go out with Rachel Stevens. This was going back 10 years, a long time, like. But the guy, remember, there was a guy that went out with Rachel Stevens for years and he lost her. How do you lose Rachel Stevens?
When, like, Jamo was in it and all, and Will Mellor and that.
Yo, which brings me to the point, Will Mellor, what the fuck did he ever do other than Hollyoaks? And he wasn't even in it for that long. Yeah. Will Mellor was Jambo from Hollyoaks.
Yeah, but he was in 2 Pints. He was doing like 2 Pints, so he was in Gadsden 2 Pints. He was funny in that, come on.
To be honest, I've always hated on 2 Pints, but I mean, I'm a player. That was one of my player hating pet peeves.
I don't know, Gaz always, like, the way he portrayed Gaz in 2 Pints, man, he always reminded me of some guy that I chill with or something, do you know what I mean?
Well, that's answered my question. That's why Will Mellor got to do the show with his dad. Will Mellor and my dad. They did some show like the Wedding Ween Night, and Will Mellor's dad's like, I wasn't the greatest son, and it just shows him and his dad going, I love you, Pop. So, like, do you know what I mean? Will Mellor.
You know what I mean? Like, they're going abroad or somewhere. Where were they? What was it? Tibet, Africa or somewhere like that? Hugging orphans and then hugging himself.
Yeah, isn't it?
I don't have to go over to fucking Tibet just to tell me dad I could give him a bleeding hug, do you know what I mean?
He did a show with Kirsten, another failed fucking TV star, like an old TV presenter. Remember Kirsten? The ugly one with fucking teeth that came out sideways from BBC, that you see the shows.
That was on that art show called Smart, where that guy topped himself.
Yeah, I don't think she actually rolled at that, man. Blessings to that guy who topped himself.
Kirsten Stewart it was.
Was it? Kirsten, she did a show with Will Mellor about where they go around learning to drive different trucks all over the world. It's one of them BBC Three. BBC Three stopped booking Will Mellor. He ain't nothing. He was Jumbo from Hollyoaks.
Yo, I know. I've got a beg to differ. I think Will Mellor is a G, man.
Well, yeah, well, I never got down with 3 pints. Anyway. 3 pints, 2 pints even up. I'm very sorry.
I know what you mean actually about 2 pints. Whatever happened to good sitcoms like Men Behaving Badly and shit like that.
Mate, Father Ted was a fucking...
No, Father Ted was real.
Father Ted, I mean, what can you say? Mate, On the Buses, and I know that you watch a bit of On the Buses. If you don't watch On the Buses yet, just stay up till 4 o'clock every morning. If you've not got a job like us, it will suit you down to the T.
ITV3.
ITV3 on the buses.
Yeah, and if Blake like, oh, I hate you, Butler.
Butler. Oh.
Bit of Rising Damp as well.
Jack, we've got to go back to on the buses. Jack with that laugh.
The dirty old like British smut humour, like the carry-ons, like yeah. Bit of Sid James, like yeah.
Oh, lovely jubbly.
I mean, he was smoking Babs Windsor while she was checking Ronnie Cray, you know. I seen her on like that Piers Morgan's Live Stories, and she was a right dirty old bird, you know.
Like, mate, she must have been really dirty, because even though there were fitter birds like Joanna Lumley on the scene, she was in everyone's face in the 60s. She must have just...
Oh, yeah, she was a Bond girl, man.
Mate, yeah, I've seen her. I didn't think she was that chronic, but she is. Don't get me wrong.
She's got sort of that posh totty vibe about her.
I'd rather deal with Barbara Windsor today than maybe that's not true. Like, but
yeah, I would. I'd give her a go.
Mate,
it's Babs.
It's Babs.
It's Babs' tabs. I'd love to get my hands on them.
For an old woman, she's fucking pretty.
Oh, yeah, I bet she's a right dirty old broad, man.
I bet she's got a toy boy as well, like a 30
yeah. He's about 40, 50 or something, but he's sticking it to her like there's no going back in that.
Sticking it to the man.
I'm telling you, mate, she was blazing like Sid James in the Carry On films while she was checking Reggie Cray or the one that wasn't gay anyway.
What became of Sid James? Did anything come of that?
He died on stage.
Oh well, yeah.
Yeah, he did. He remember he did that sitcom Bless This House.
Yeah.
And he used to do a live stage show.
I don't remember it, but I mean, for the purpose of the radio,
he did a sitcom where he was a dad called Bless This House, and he did a live stage show in the 60s, and he had a heart attack on stage, and people like
think it was part of the show.
Yeah, pretty much, a bit like Tommy Cooper, like
people were clapping and cheering when he died.
Yeah, thought he was his acting shit.
I think a lot of UK was clapping and cheering.
Yeah, we just telling it. Nah, Cooper was funny, man. He was. Cooper was funny, man. You can't knock Cooper.
I don't know who Cooper is.
Tommy Cooper.
Oh, of course. What an embezzlement of British comedy in one person. Anyway, we're going to join you right after the break, where we've got more chat and special guest DJ Darko and DJ Robbie in the studio.
Peace, people.